Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video here we successfully complete our admin logout portions, right? So right now in this video I want to discuss about our user logging dashboard, right? So after that logging I have already completed that logout portion. So right now I want to discuss about that user profile, how can update that user profile, how can change that password. Step by step, first of all we'll complete it for our user, then we'll do that same things for our admin. Okay, so if you want to do that work, first of all we have to create one of the, that means here we have to load one of the page for the profile, and for the profile page here there is one of the menu in our this template header. So that is our user profile. Here I want to create one of the route. So if you want to create this route, what exactly you have to do? You have to go to our this file location, right? So now let's do that work. So right now I want to close everything. Okay, I close everything. So that is our admin. So I close everything. So first of all I want to find out this user. So I have already loaded that our admin portion, that is our user portion. So into the user, if you go to that our user, that is a master. Into the user master, here I didn't segment that sidebar or header. I think you already know what exactly the things you have to do because we did that work for our admin, right? So now first of all I want to find out this portion, and that means where exactly it is. I have already created one of the route for the logout. I want to find out this menu. Okay, so that is to the user master. Here you can see that is actually a logout, right? So that is a logout, the change password, and the user profile. So that is our user profile, change password change, and the logout. First of all I want to create one of the route. So if you want to create this route, so that will be just like that same. Better I copy it. I have created one of the route for the logout. So now I want to update it, this portion that I want to create one of the route that will be as a user profile. Okay, that will be as a user profile. So now I want to create this type of one of the route. Now go to our web route, into the web route after this. So that is our user portion, right? So better I want to create, put one of the node. So that is our user all routes. Okay, that is user all routes. So before I have created for the logout, so now I want to create another one, and also for the user I have created one of the controller as a main user controller. So I simply paste it. So I have created one of the route as a user profile. So now I copy it. That will be one of the route, that is a user profile, and also I want to update it our URL. Our URL will be as a user profile. And now in our main user controller I want to create one of the page. So that will be as a user. I make it as a profile. Okay, there is profile and then user profile. So this type of one of the method I want to create in our main user controller, right friends? So I have already load our this controller as a main user controller. So that will be our main user controller. So into the main user controller I want to create this method. Now go to our controller. Into the controller I have created one of the main user controller before I have created that logout. So now I want to create another one. I simply name it as a public and then function and then our method name. So now first of all I want to find out our authenticated user ID. That means which user is logging. So right now I'm already logging. If you go to our database table, with the database table, if you go to that our user table, so right now I'm logging with this user, right? user@gmail.com, and they have also the password, and that is the ID. So now first of all I want to take this ID. So if you want to take it, I take one of the variable as an ID, and then with the auth. Okay, auth, as I told you, it will be check it which user is logging or not. So right now I'm logging which user is logging. So this user, with this user I want to access our ID field. Okay, that means the user table ID field. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now with this auth user I take that ID. So I take this things with this variable as ID variable. So right, so now I want to I want to get all that our data. That means I want to get a specific this ID data. So if you want to find it, then you have to do, I take one of the another variable and I just name it as a user. Okay, so with this user, and then I want to do and to access our which table. I want to access our user table. If you want to access that user table, I have already created one of the model. So into the model, you can say I have created that user model, I have created that admin model. So now with this user model, I can actually access our this user table. So now I want to do to access this user. So that means this user. So with this user, I want to do to find. That means I want to find a specific our ID. That means one row ID. So that is actually our specific ID. I take it. That means this user, which user is logging. So this user ID field I want to do. So that is actually ID field. I want to take it and take the things with this variable. So now I simply pass it on here. Perfect. So now if you use that user, make that sure you have to use it. So use, and then in our app, and into the app, that is our folder name as a models. Okay, under the models folder, that is our user. Sorry, that will be as a user. So that is our user model. So make that sure you load it. Okay, so that is our models. So into the apps, that is our models, that is our models, and then our model name as a user. So that is our user. Perfect. So now I simply take it. So then I take that things a specific one ID data, and then I take the things with this variable. So now I want to do and to view it. That means I want to return one of the view page. Right, I want to return on the view page. That means better in our user. So into the user, I want to create one of the new folder, and I just name it as a profile. Okay, profile. So this type of one of the folder I want to create, and into the folder area, I want to create one of the new file, and I just click as a save as, and I just name it as a view underscore profile. Okay, so dot blade dot php. So this type of one of the page I have created. So now we have to put that link. So that is in our user. So I name it as a user, and then I have created another folder as a profile, and then I have created another file name as a view underscore profile. Right, so I simply load this page. So I just simply load this page, and now I take this specific one ID data and take the things with this variable. So now I'm going to pass it. So this information, that means which user is logging, information, I want to pass it with the compact, and then with the compact I simply pass this data. Okay, so now we are actually able to access this authenticated which user is logged in. So right now I'm logging with this one of the users. So that is our user. So this user, all the data now I can actually access. Okay. So here I take the things with this variable, and I pass this into the compact in our view page. That means in our this view profile page. So for the profile, as I told you, every time our sidebar header will be same, only our this part will be updated. Okay. So friend, here I'm not focusing to create some of the good design. I want to make it very simple. Only functional things I want to apply it on here. Okay, so when we create that project, for the project we will actually customize it, and we will make it as a locative. So right now I want to load it. That means in our view page. So that is our view page here. If you want to load in our index, so I want to extend our user master, then we'll get that sidebar header and CSS and the JSS, right? So now I simply load it, and also you have to and it. That means the and section, and then section. Okay, so now if you click as a save all, first of all I have to check it. Now click as a refresh. Now go there, click as a user profile. Yes, you can see our header, sidebar, everything is loaded perfectly. Because of all, I have already loaded our extended user and user master. Perfect. So now here I want to load one of the bootstrap card. If you go the bootstrap, okay, go to that bootstrap. If you go to that bootstrap official website, and then I want to go to a specific, that is a documents. Okay, into the documents here, if you go to that as a component, into the component, that is actually the card. Okay, so now I want to go to that card. So into the card area, like I want to display some of the images and then some of the text. Okay, so better I want to copy it. I copy total things from to this position. Okay, I use this one rather than you can choose anything you want. So right now it's okay with me because I also want to display some of the images. So I copy it and now go there, here I paste it. Now click as a save all, and now if you go there, now refresh it. First of all, I have to check it how the things actually look like. So that is a look like that way. Okay, so which is perfect. So now friend, I want to display that is our card. So right now I want to display that username, which user is logged in. So this logging username I want to visible. So I have already get all the data. So a specific one, find out a specific one data, take the things with this variable, and here I pass it with the compact. So now with this user we can actually access this data in our view profile page. Now in our view profile page, here I want to visible it. So if you want to visible, then with this user, because here I pass that this variable name as a user. So with this user I want to access our database field name for the user, database field name as a name, and the email. Okay, right now I want to display both of this as a name, and also I want to take another one. I cart it, and that will be as a user email. So if you have that multiple field, you can actually add that all multiple field like that way. I simply paste it. So now I want to, with this user, I want to access our database another field as an email. So now I make it as an email. Okay friend, I hope it's very much clear to you. So now if you click as a save all, and now if you go there, and now I refresh it, yes, you can see friend, it's now perfectly getting our, right now I'm logging with our this user, right? If you go, you can see that is our name as a user, and then email as a user@gmail.com. So now you can see that is a user@gmail.com. Perfect. So now friend, that when we install the Laravel default authentication system in Laravel, they have also another option for the images, right? So there is a profile photo path. So now I want to use also this image. So into this image I can do one things which will be very much interactive. Like when there have any image, then that will be display this image rather than it will be display one of the default image. Okay, that means here it will be display one of the default image. So if you want to do that work, I show you. That is our src, and then there is a class. So right now we don't need this alter tag, I remove it. So here into this src area I want to add some of the functionality, then that will be very much interactive. I show you, for everything will be more clear step by step. First of all, I want to make it one of the condition when it should be as a not, okay, not empty. That means when they have the images. So right now I get all that specific data with this user. So now with this user I want to actually access our this field. So that is our profile photo path. Better go to that structure. Okay, so that is actually our this field I want to access. So now with this user, so here with this user I display that name field, email field. So now I want to access our this field. So here with this user I want to access our this profile path. Okay, that means the profile photo path. Here I want to insert some of the images. I hope friend it's very much clear to you. So if it's not null, okay, that means this path it should be check it. You know, with this user it should be check our user table. Into the user table it should be check our this field as a profile photo path. Okay, it should be check it, and then I want to add that URL. So then I want to add that URL, and our URL will be, I want to create one of the folder as upload. Okay, upload folder, and with the upload folder I want to create another folder as a user_image. Everything will be very clear to you. I just name it as a user images, because user related every images I want to save in particular this folder. Okay, so user images, and with the user images that will be with our user. With our user I want to access our database field name. Our database field name as a this name, right? So with this user I want to access our this field name. That means if they have any image in particular this field, then it should be actually get that URL. So that is our upload, and into the user folder, from here it should be get this data. Okay, and else I want to use it as a URL, another URL. So else it should be display one of the default, that means the default image I want to visible. So into the upload folder, I want to create add one of the default image, then it should be better. So first of all I want to create this folder. If you go in our project directory, so into the public, okay, into the public folder, here I want to create one of the folder. I just name it as a upload. Okay, so to the upload folder I want to create another folder for user related. Every images will be saved in particular this folder. So now here in our upload folder I want to create another folder that will be as a user images, and also I want to add another default image. In our exercise file I have already saved one of the image as a no image, you can see. So this type of one of the image will be visible, so I copy it, and in our upload, into the upload folder, here directly I save it. Okay, so here I directly save it. That means in our upload folder our file name will be as a no image jpg. I copy it, so that will be in our default one, into the URL upload, and then that is our no image will be visible. Okay, perfect. So friend, that's all we have to do. So if there have any image in our database, this field, then that will be our this URL. Okay, else it should be display another URL data in our upload folder, that is our image. So this image should be now loaded. So right now I don't have any data, and that means I don't have any picture in our this particular folder, that means this particular database field area. So now it should be display our this one, right? Now let's check this out. If you now go our project, now click as a refresh. Yes, you can see friend, now they have no data, right? So our this field is now totally empty. For the reasons you can see it's now showing our this default image. So into the upload folder I have uploaded one of the default image, so that is the default image is now visible. I hope it's very much clear to you. So that is a pretty much simple condition. And also from here I want to create another edit profile. So I make it as a edit profile. And for the edit profile I have to create another route. Okay, so now if you click as a save all and now refresh it, yeah, it's now perfect. So that is our edit profile. So friend, I want to continue this process in our next video. If you click as the edit profile, then one of the form will be loaded into the form area. If you want to update any image, if you want to update that username and the update that email address, how you can do that in our next video. I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.